Can you hear me? Oh my god. I've been going this whole time talking and y'all hadn't heard not a damn thing I said. I told y'all it's a noob. Oh wait, that's right, y'all didn't hear that. Ah! There we go. How about that? Audio works. You know what led me to that? I noticed this right here was not on. I just happened to look over. I was like, huh, that is turned off. That'll do it. Shall I restart? Because I happened to just look over and I was noticing those bars were not moving. You know, the audio, deal. I was like, I looked over. That's off. That explains a lot. So there was 13 people watching. No audio. Yep. Anyhow. Noob. So I guess I should restart. Anyhow, let's see. Where do I begin? So, we didn't stream this whole week. Okay. We had problems with that. Like I said, the signal was pretty rough where I was at. And on top of that, it was so shaky for the camera because I was going full tilt. It was full steam ahead. It's not like what y'all are used to seeing. Normally, whenever we're back at home base, I'll take it easy. And I know a couple of times my moderators, they, because a lot of times they're sticking around like a lot. And some of y'all have seen it when I do go full speed. Like, it's fast. I'm popping shit out real fast. It's, I can do a car really fast, as far as getting it processed. It was like that, but times 100, because we did 100 cars in that half day, which means between me and Chaston, see, me and Frenzio, the fastest we've ever gotten it is 150 cars in a day. And I want to make a prediction under certain circumstances where we got no motors, no gas tanks, it's just grab and go type cars. I want to say me and Chaston can do up to 200 cars in a day. Just getting the right dude in the excavator. I mean, getting me in the excavator and getting the right dude in the baler. I think me and Chaston could do 200 cars in a single 8-hour shift. I want to go ahead and say that, in an 8-hour shift. If we could do that in half a day, 100 cars, shit, we could tear their asses up with a full day worth of work. We get that. I'm telling you, dude. I think we found it. I think we got the right mix. Because, man, Frenzio, man, I like Frenzio, but he is he's going to do his own thing all the time. He's not going to adjust at all. He's not going to go faster. He's just going to stay his own course. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just, sometimes I have noticed he'll drag some things out. And I don't like being dragged out. I don't like having to spend no more time than I have to there. Get it done, get it over with, and get out of there, get to the next. I've noticed on some jobs, well, for instance, this was close to Christmas time last year. We only had 300, I want to say around 400 cars. You know how long it took him to do 400 cars? For me and him. Now, I'm talking, there was some times where I went hours, which y'all know this. I was live during this time. Like, all this shit's on live stream. You see how long it took for me to get a car. And I always thought, he's got to do some other things, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Now that I've gotten in there and completely dominated what he's done, I mean, come on, dude. What was your excuse? That's just where I'm at. What was your excuse, man? Because it took for 300, almost, it was like 400 cars, I want to say. No, I take it back. It was about 500. So 500 cars, it took him 3 weeks. 3 weeks to do 500 cars. He was dragging shit out. There was one day I come in. I remember this. This is clear as day. I don't think I live streamed this day. I don't think so. I fired the baler up. got in there getting ready for cars, and nothing happened. I went that whole day. That whole day, man. Not a single car. I shut the baler off at like maybe an hour after starting it up. I serviced the baler. I greased it the whole night. Like, the baler got the best service. I did everything I could do to the baler, and still never got a car. And then the next day, I finally got some cars here and there. So he was pulling shit like that, and it just, I don't know. Now that I've gotten in there, and in our first day, like, I'm talking, we did 500 cars this week. And that was despite breakdowns. The Traco fully broke down. Like, I'm talking, it shut down. It stalled. That was it. Couldn't do nothing. That shut us down for a day. So realistically, in 4 days, I did 500 cars. So what's his excuse? Well, 4.5 days also. Yeah. Yep. Despite all the shit, all the trouble, and all that, still output out. You put way more cars out than he ever could. So yeah, I don't know. I just know, like I said, he couldn't do, like, it was not that complicated of a job, I mean, I don't know why he just drug that shit out. Another thing was, he was going through all them cars. I couldn't give fuck all what's in those cars. I mean, if I see something cool, sure, I'll note where it's at, and maybe I'll go and look at it, but I always ask them. I don't just load that shit up and go with it. I always ask them about it, I ask people who own it, hey, what do you want for this? The hell, I found a truck out there that looks like mine. Well, I mean, close to mine. It's a single cab, but it does have a better rear axle. I'm going to ask how much he wants for that. I need some door handles off of that thing. I'm going to grab, because like I said, it's kind of hard to find those trucks now. I'm going to grab the door panels, even though they're the quote-unquote electric ones, even though it's still got a manual crank. It does have all the slots for the electric. But I'm probably going to grab the door handles. The door's fucked up. The passenger door's not. I might grab that, because everything else is stripped. Like, there's no dash components. There's no nothing. There is an automatic shifter console in the floor. I might grab that just in case. Maybe I might want automatic in the future. I don't know. Probably not. But anyhow, there's that. And of course, I fucked up the darn brake system, dude. I hated that. When I picked it up by the frame rails, I wasn't paying no attention. When I picked it up, and my claw, whenever it straightened up, it got the electric over hydraulic brake system, which was there. It was all intact. It's got a lift gate on the back. I want to look into that, getting that on my truck, because that would be nice, because then I can lift myself up to the ambulance, and on top of that, I can put my bike on the back of that, strap it to that, and then have it, back there. So that'd be nice. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But that rear axle is the main thing, because my rear axle is, so I got a Eaton. It's an Eaton Fuller, but it's got like a 455 rear gear. I could pull a house down. Oh my god, it sucks going down the road though. But this one has a 390 in it, which is definitely a lot freaking better than a 455. I'd like to have a lower gear ratio than that, but 390, I'll take it. Anyhow. So, yeah. I'm looking at getting into all that, seeing how much he wants for it. And, what else? There was a cool car there. Like I said, I wished I could have streamed all this, but there was a cool car there. It looked like a Lamborghini mixed with a Ferrari. It just, I don't know. It was kind of weird, like a 90s model, by the way. This is what it looked like, was a 90s model Lamborghini Ferrari-ish looking deal, because, again, it was all homemade. They took, like, two best aspects of those cars and kind of made one. Anyhow, it actually run and drove, it looked like. It had so they took like a regular car. I want to say it was like a 3800 they had back there. But the front wheel drive setups, and they had that on the rear of the car. And they built this frame up. By the way, the frame was flimsy as hell. I wouldn't trust driving it because if you ever got into like a front end or a rear end accident, you'd probably be the meat of the taco in the middle. Because there was no roof structure. It was a convertible, and the only thing holding that thing up was like some thin little, tube of steel like that on the bottom. It was just flat on the bottom. Like when I grabbed it, it tacoed. Anyhow, and the body was nothing but fiberglass, so that was not doing nothing. Because as soon as I touched it, it just fell all to pieces. Yeah, it was a cool looking car. I just wouldn't drive it. I would not drive it. Well, no, you're good, dude. You're good, T-Man. No, I finally figured out the audio was off this whole time that I've been talking and nothing. Yeah, I went this whole time and I just happened to look over. I saw my mic. It was off. And I was like, huh. And then I looked back at the computer because I noticed those weren't moving. And now they're moving. So we got audio for sure. And yeah. So, noob. I'm getting there though. But how you doing, T-Man? How you doing this morning? Oh, and we're watching a sunrise, by the way. I said that earlier like you could hear me. Because I responded to your comment. But yeah, my bad. But now that we can hear my new bass talk, yeah, I'm still learning all this shit. At least the view looks a little better. I got where I can do the small window in the bottom, but this is still quote unquote mobile, Yeah. I like this, what is this, the HyperX Quadcast microphone. I like it. Everybody says it sounds pretty, which, I don't know, my son's been playing with it. Let me make sure. Does that sound better? Yeah. But, I don't know, we're getting there. Soon I'll start doing the full-size streams where we can, like, just go and look shit over, I don't know, get into stuff. I know there's some rules I gotta learn. I don't know how, again, like, when people watch other people's stuff, I'm not saying I want to be, like, one of those reactor type deals, or nothing. I'm, late night drinking. Hell yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. This is very late night right here. The sun's about to come up, buddy. Anyhow. I don't know how they do it, though. But, like, we want to check something out. Like, hey, the chat suggests something. Hey, go look at this. It'd be funny as hell, right? Well, I don't know how to do that without getting the copyright deal. I don't know how those people do it. Or do they get that and they just don't care, and then if they claim it, just drop the video, I guess? I don't know. Because I'm talking like the slightest. If there's a TV show going on in the background here, it'll pick it up and say, hey, this is copyright. Like, 2 more hours until I have to go to bed. Oh, that's right, T-Man. You're in the UK, right? 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. Oh, shit. Damn. Yep. But, yeah. I gotta figure out that. Because I remember I tried one stream. This is on my phone, though. This is back when I was still streaming on the phone. Which, obviously, I still do. But, I was on the laptop. So I just fired up this old laptop, got it back going. It hadn't been going since, like, 2016. Which is ancient in laptop years. That's like a 95, computer. Oh, speaking of old computers, in the back of one car, dude, I kid you not, it was an old CRT monitor, brand spanking new. Now, the car had been parked in the 90s. The tag, which I saved, just in case Ian sees this, I saved the tag. You'll like it. It's a Tennessee stamped. It was a nice one. I think it was like 377 or 373, or it was something like that. Anyhow, I saved the tag, but in the back of this car was an old CRT, still wrapped in plastic. The cord to it was still wrapped in plastic, brand new. Now the plastic had yellowed, but it was brand new. Pretty cool. And now it's crushed. Anyhow, probably worth a lot of money, but long gone now. Because what it was amongst was like 80s porn. It was old Playboy. Oh my god, dude. Yeah. So anyhow, I was like, oh man, check out this old CRT. Yeah, I'm going to touch it a little less now. This car has diseases. Alberta, but I work nights. Yeah. Night shift can suck, man. Some people, they like night shift. I'm not one of those people. I'm a day guy. A day guy all the way, man. Yep. Yeah, dude, I can't do night shift. I've tried. I cannot get my body to shift. That's like when I was working at the prison, man. I just had the hardest time trying to stay awake at night. You don't want to sleep at a prison. You just don't. And then that one time they held us over, it was like, 24 to... Golly, it was forever. We went on lockdown, and let me tell you what had happened was. See, what had happened was, these low-down sorry sons of bitches that work there, anyhow, there was supposed to be a big snowstorm that night. I'm talking ice, the whole nine. It was supposed to be like one of the worst ones. Well, what really had happened was, that joker, let's see, show me your car. What really had happened was, it blew up, it come right up to the river, and then shot north. It completely missed everything. It was a starry night the whole night. It was just colder than shit, but it was just a starry night. Like, not a drop of ice fell down. Nothing. Alright, these people, I remember the captain, dude. This was so funny. I remember him sitting there getting these calls left and right. These motherfuckers were waking up to their alarm saying, yeah, calling in, I can't get out my driveway. He's like, have you attempted to look outside first before you said that? He said, I'll see you in an hour. He said, you better get your ass up here. We had to work 24 fucking hours, dude. I remember a bunch of us on the yard, we were taking turns. There'd be a few of us stand watch. A couple of us would run inside the where the cafeteria was, man. We would sleep for, like, we'd take little naps. Like, I'm talking 30 minutes tops, trying to get some sleep, And that sucks. But yeah. Yeah. I ought to have that swivel camera out there, but it's blurry, man. I don't know what's wrong with it. It won't focus. It won't zoom or focus or nothing. This one will focus, but that one will not. But, oh, hey, look, there's the sun. Probably said that all wrong. Anyhow. Yeah. It just sucked, man. Everybody started coming in real late. And, of course, the guy that wouldn't relieve, my shift, he never came in. So, 24 fucking hours later, he finally come in. Yeah, I was pretty pissed about that. See, a lot of times, so, for instance, at the prison, you got a certain person that... let's see. Tell us a story. Yeah. So, you have a person come in and they relieve your shift. And sometimes if that don't happen, if they got the extra people, they'll bring somebody else in to your spot, and get you out of there, But we didn't have the people. That's the problem. We did not have the people, so we solely relied on, if that motherfucker got there on time. Well, the motherfucker that I had to deal with, excuse my language, but the guy I had to deal with never got there on time. This guy never got there on time. He was always an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours fucking late. I'm ready to go the fuck home because the problem was where this place was a long fucking ways from where I live. It was well over an hour. It was almost like, hour 45 away. Now imagine making that drive every fucking day. Now mind you, we worked 12-hour shifts. You didn't have long at home. At all. I'm talking, it sucked. Everything about the job sucked. Getting out there was the worst part. But anyhow, so this guy would always show up an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours late. Well, one day I did it to this son of a bitch. And he got so mad. I'm like, wow, sucks when somebody don't come in on time, does it? I dude got mad at me. He had been doing this shit to me for over, a week and a half. Ever since I started on that particular unit, and then I went to yard after that, thank God. You know, but yeah, dude, I can't stand the units. Yard is where it's at. You're outside, you're free. You get to move about, you know. I just can't be caged. But anyhow. But yeah, dude. Yeah, he didn't like that. And I imagine that's probably part of the reason I moved to yard after that. He probably put in like, I gotta have somebody that comes in on time. Well, motherfucker, how about you come in on time? Didn't like a taste of your own medicine. I never put up people that are late for work. I swear, dude. I was always early. I was always on time. Like I'm talking, he would get out of there 10 minutes earlier than he was expecting. You know. You know, I better adjust that camera because that's probably gonna eat a hole in that sensor. Let me go adjust that camera so it's not looking directly in the sunlight. Anyhow. How do you like that? This is how small of an area I'm in right now. This is where all the baby stuff's at, so gotta be careful. This little chair is comfortable though. Don't sit up as high as I'd like, but it is comfortable. Ah! Anyhow. Alright. That's a little better. Now you can kind of see it off on the left. Now let me fix the view here. Oh, maybe that's better. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. We'll probably roll with that for now. We'll adjust it later. Probably can't see shit on me from all the glare in the background. Nope. Oh well. Fuck it. We're professionals. Okay. Now let's see. Put with people that are late for work. I can understand if it's okay to be late for work, but when the job, yeah, let's see, when the job has to be done, job has to be done. Where do I know you? Where do I know your brother? From Andy's channel. Who's Andy? Oh shit! Hell, we got to look alike. Hold up. What's the channel called? Oh shit! Hell, I need another snoob. There we go. Come on. There we go. Andy what? Andy's channel. I know everybody says I look like the Viking. Andy Hill meteorologist, or who's all this? Andy Byron, Andy Grammer, Andy Huggins, Andy Blocks, the Andy Griffin Show. Let's see, just Andy. Hey, look at the bird. I don't know if y'all saw that. Anyhow. But anyhow. But yeah. I guess I broke that son of a bitch. He finally started coming in on time. But then it wasn't long after that they moved me to yard, so which I absolutely fucking loved. I don't know if they were thinking it was a punishment. I love being able to move about. You know, you get to go all over. You know, go through all the Sally ports. You're the first really to respond when people need help. I love that shit. Although that was like an insight to how much help you would get if shit went wrong, because there's like one or two people. Generally, out at a prison, you probably got about 1 to 2, maybe 3 people who are like fuck serious, like fucking serious. When it comes to when shit goes bad, they jumping in. I remember my buddy Josh. I ain't gonna give his last name or nothing, but my buddy Josh, he so me and him, we both went in together, and he was on another site, same prison, different site, but he got held. Of course, they had a big, some shit went down in there. He got held, at Shank Point, and yeah, they were threatening to kill him, this and that, yada yada yada, just trying to get what they could get. I don't know. But anyhow, gold badge run in, turn around and run right the fuck back out. He says it ended up being some convicts that helped his ass out. He said they come over there and they stopped him. So he said, fuck that. He says, I trust convicts more than I do the fucking officers I work with. Let's see. Letterman? Let's see. Letterman right there. Let's see. Masterclass Part 1 Intro and Tools Needed. Your wife falling apart. Do not be a sheep in his post. Interesting. 6,740 subscribers. Not bad, not too bad. See, lives. He does lives, don't he? Yes, he does. Amp building times. Well, he's more like, kind of everything. Gen Z? Question marks. Podcast. Damn, he does podcasts. I still hadn't figured out how you do that. Let's see, posts. Do not be a sheep. Comments. Let's see what the comments say. Good morning, my favorite YouTube addict. Can I be a goat? Interesting. Absolutely never be part of the herd. Don't be the sheep. That's why I say think before you sheep. I want to listen to your thoughts, bro. But I also got to look up the hookup with another brother that will keep you with your YouTube. Oh yeah. There's actually there's a channel on here, and I mean, it don't really match, I guess, the title, but it's called Think Before You Sleep. And so anytime I'd ever type in Think Before You Sheep, the way I had it before, it would come up Think Before You Sleep. And I was like, no, I'm not talking about mattresses. I was thinking, when I saw the name, I was thinking mattresses, shit like that, like, oh, there's like a sleeping deal, like, hey, this is how you sleep better. Another bird. Anyhow. Squirrel! But that's what I was thinking it was, and then I finally fixed my title, because the problem was I spaced everything out. Or no, I had it all together. Sorry, it was different. It was all together. And I noticed that anytime you say, hey, because I've come across real people, hey, look up Think Before You Sheep. If you didn't type it out all together with no spaces, you wouldn't find my channel. So I ended up spacing everything out, like how somebody would type it, think space before space, you sheep. It started coming up. Now you can find my channel real easy, which is now a problem because I think my boss does watch this channel now. I just have a sneaky suspicion. I do. And I don't think he wants me to know, because it's a camera inside the cab and he can see how things are going. So yeah, interesting. Yeah. Wasn't planning on that, and the only reason I have my suspicion was one day. I shit you not. We was at home base. I was crushing, and somebody asked, so when are y'all going back out on the next job or something along those lines? And I said, oh, I don't know. There's supposed to be a plan. I'm not entirely sure. We're just loading up all these trucks, and then I think we got something after this. And then I'm talking immediately after I said that, I get a phone call of him telling me exactly what we were fixing to do, exactly pertaining to the question. And I was like, this motherfucker's watching my channel. Subscribe to him. He will help pick up more people. Or help you pick up more people. Alright, bet. And make sure we got the right guy. Andy Letterman, do not be a sheep is one of his posts, right? I just want to make double sure. Discord code. Email. What? Interesting. PayPal donations. Yeah. Got an interesting email. So I had an email on here. I don't know what happened to it, you know? Don't know. 580,000 collective views. Hell yeah. 205 videos. That's pretty good for 205 videos. Because I don't have that many videos. Let's see. Let's see how many videos I got. View your channel. Let's see more. I've got 272 videos. 15,200 subscribers. Thank y'all for that. See, I don't have the email thing because at first I do have the email thing. It's right there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, y'all can't get in touch with me. Okay. So collectively on my channel, and this is such a crazy freaking number. I have 8,389,161 views, which is freaking nuts, dude. Yeah, but as long as you're a good person, just be. I'm a good motherfucker. That's what I always say to everybody. This is one of my sayings. Just be a good motherfucker. Just come on. You ain't gotta be a dick. That's why. Anytime I've ever worked, I know everybody has had this happen. You go to work with somebody and they are just an absolute fucking dickhead. No matter what. No matter what, dude, they are a dickhead. My uncle is like this. When we were smelting, so ironically when you work with your family, right? We were smelting aluminum. And so it's a big operation. It's a huge furnace, the whole nine. Yeah, you could die real quick, you know. So I can understand the seriousness behind it, but it was always being a dick. I love them half to death. But man, you don't want to work with them. Outside of work, it's like a switch, dude. It's like a 100% switch. The second you clock out, he is your uncle again. He's your family, man. He's cool as hell. The second you get on work, he's fucking dick. Let's see, white pepper, or prepper. What do you talk about? Interesting name. I just talk about anything, really. We normally crush cars. Like I said, it's a machine channel. The name, it just came to me. You know, think before you sheep, which it has good meaning. What's up, Stan? What's up? Oh, the party is here, y'all. Anyhow. But yeah, dude. Yeah, we're just shooting the shit right now. But yeah, dude. We're just talking. Hey, we found... So T-Man here was telling me about a guy. Let me go back to him. Andy Letterman. You ought to see dude's email. So I'm going to go ahead and sub to him. So we're subbed. We'll pick up from there, I guess. Recommendation by T-Man. Let's see. What kind of music you like? Dude, metal. Some classic now, don't get me wrong. I like my classic rock. Bluegrass, I'm into that. There was a phase of techno. Yes, we were all young once. I don't know. It's still kind of cool. There's some bangers that come out of that. I don't know. I'm not really much on country. There is some, like it's rare, but there is some country I like, you know. But it's a different. It's like got some more rock into it, you know. That shit kind of goes hard. Let's see. What else? There's a new song I started listening to that was actually pretty fire. Because, you know what, it reminds me of the Bugs out here, if that makes sense. Look up Southern Gothic. That song's actually pretty good. I just started listening to it here lately, but you'll know the sound when you start hearing the background sound of the song. You'll be like, "Damn, that does sound like the like what do you call it, the crickets and shit." Let's see, Andy Letterman. He's got so many views, and I'm one of his mods. Hell yeah, dude. Shit, like I said, I'm subbed now, so just let them know. Let's see, I make a new heavy metal. Got 2 new songs on my page. If you care, hell yeah, dude. Shit, I'm always I'm down. Let's see. He loves Pink Floyd and the Doors. Hell yeah. Let's see. White Pepper. Let me click on that channel. No, not activity. Go to channel. There we go. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll look you up because that's gonna pull me off of here, and I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let's see. White Pepper. I got your profile picture. Let's see here. White Pepper. I swear I read that as white pepper. I was like, pepper ain't white. Let's see. No, I searched it. White pepper. Hold it. Pepper. There we go. All bad. We're looking for channels. Frickin' hell. Look, okay, I'm sorry. I'm a noob. I'm so used to the phone shit. No, I'm just looking for channels. Holy fucking hell, how do you do this? Search filters. Duration. Channel. There we go. There you are. I see you. You got 9 subs. And say you just did one with music. Start ramping. New song. Yeah, I got you now. I got you. I'm going to sub real quick so I don't lose you. Let's go back to the live stream. Hell yeah. Alright. Yeah, what's up, Stan? Let's see. He's got so many views. I'm one of his mods. Hell yeah. I'm making new heavy metal. Got 2 new songs. Yeah, I'll check them out, dude. Oh yeah, you're the guy that crushes cars. Yeah, that's it. This is me. We all want that job. And sorry, Stan, man. I know I ain't been live. You saw how much. I think you was on there on that last stream that I had so much trouble with. I couldn't make it work, man. Down below that hill, it doesn't work. In the Baylor, it's fine. Because you sit up high, you're just above that hill, and you don't leave that spot, so it works there. It does not work anywhere else. Oh, by the way, Steven, this is outside live view. We're watching the sunrise. Flying to Allentown for a truck show this weekend. Hell yeah. Hey, finally flying, ain't you? Hell yeah, screw all that driving. Man, I've had my fill of driving. Yeah, not every guy everywhere has good cell coverage. Nope, this one did not. And on top of that, I don't think y'all would have liked this. Not enough time to drive this time. Yeah, you gotta get back to work. I got you. Well, that's right. Your work's kind of remote though. Just a 5-day trip. Oh, is that all? What's up, Israel Chavez? I probably botched that name. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, dude. Fuck, train done left the station. Oh yeah, you wouldn't have liked this one anyways. Because the reason I'm saying, so you've seen me go kind of fast before, right? This was like fast times 10. We were rolling through these cars. I'm talking. We did 100 cars in half a day on Saturday, which you was there for that one, I believe. I think I streamed all the way through. I don't know. I can't remember. But that next day I tried to stream, it just didn't work out, and then we just kind of grinded the rest of the way. Man, I'm talking, we got into it. Despite a breakdown and everything, we did over 500 cars. You know, like that. And the reason I think y'all wouldn't have liked it, it would have shook around too much. The window was constantly getting splattered, you know, because it was all raining and everything, and the mud was it was a swamp down there, and I can't stop every car to wipe the window, you know. That's another thing. So I just don't think it would have been enjoyable anyways. So I don't think we missed much. There were some cool cars. I wished I could have, you know, but anyhow, kind of sucks, but I think we'll when we get closer to the end and it's not that big of a rush, I'll try to go live if I got signal. But yeah, yeah, I found a truck out there like mine, so that's good news. Guarantee you, brother, you go over there, you're gonna pick up so many subscribers. Hell yeah! But sorry to say, there will be trolls. Oh yeah, everybody's got trolls. He's got laws of trolls. Yeah. Can you do with the cool cars? Is video it and post it later. Yeah, that is true. I need to take my GoPro out there, but the GoPro eats so much freaking memory, dude. Like, I got some big SD cards in it. It's just, I'd have to start it, run it on some interesting cars, stop it, you know. Yeah, I'll try that. Like I said, if my wife don't give birth this weekend and I go to work Monday, I'll try that. They had this weird, so they used it for advertising, but I think it did run and drive because they had a motor. It had everything in it. It was like a 90s Lamborghini / Ferrari, homemade, all homemade out of fiberglass with steel tubing, which, or not tubing, it was more like steel, looked like that. Anyhow, sketch, dude. If you was ever to get in a front end or rear end collision, you would be the meat in the middle of a taco. It was yellow too. That was the interesting part. So it really would have looked like a taco with meat in the middle, because that's what you would be. Anyhow, I barely touched it, and it all fell apart. Like, I'm talking, all the fiberglass fell off of it. It just exposed what little frame it had, and there was nothing. Like, I'm talking, when the frame went down and into the floorboard and back up, there was no bars or nothing that supported that gave it structure or nothing. There was no roof. It was a convertible without the convertible stuff. So it was basically a when it's sunny outside type of car. Yeah, you would die instantly in an accident, though. There was nothing that protected you. Like, it was just little bits of fiberglass covering. And there was, like, a lot of panels made out of signs and shit. Like, whenever the panels popped off, it was signs and shit on the back. So, it was not well made, but it was interesting. And it was like a mix between a 90s model Lamborghini and a 90s model Ferrari. That's what it's like somebody melded the best of two worlds into one car. Talent, yes. Structural stability, no. No. You got the body down. The structure, gotta work on that. Remember, I am a mod over there. Make sure you say I know T-Man. Yes, sir. Will do. Sounds like it was a death trap. Let's see. Oh yeah, about the trolls. We know all too well about the trolls, don't we, Stan? Would have been cool to see that. I know, man. It would have been. They used it for advertising, though. They had, like, cash for loans or some shit all over the car, you know? Yeah, I know. It sucks. It wasn't like a normal live stream. But it'd be so nice to get on a job that don't have gas tanks and motors and shit. We could just roll through, and that way I ain't got to worry about all that shit, you know? Because, again, I had to go full speed. So there was just some stuff, you know. It just kept the window completely clogged up with dirt and shit. I have to do another trip to Tennessee. Found a guy who'll help me with some of the stuff it needs for $75 an hour. Hopefully he's decent at what he does. Some of the stuff my bus needs, that is. Interesting. Hell yeah, dude. So your bus, what do they need, like insulation and all that, or did you find out? Because I won't tell you, dude. If you don't do it right, it's going to come back and bite you when it gets cold. A mechanic. I got you. Oh, Detroit. 1-800 YouTube that shit. You could be a certified YouTube mechanic. Oh, speaking of which, Stan, I did save you several tags. There was an old car, which I don't know if you heard that part. This old car, let me tell you the cool shit that was in the back of it. It was parked. The tag is from the 90s. Let's see, among other things. Needs a generator that runs. Yeah, there's nasty girls over there as well. Anyhow, this car from the 90s, dude, had a brand spanking new CRT monitor in the back. Now, it had yellowed, from the age, but it was still wrapped in the factory plastic, and the cord was still wrapped up with the ties and the plastic on it. I thought that was pretty cool. And but also, what was next to that monitor was a bag, and I thought it was newspapers at first. Like, I was like, hey, this might, it was like some magazines and shit, and yeah, they were from the like 80s or 90s Playboy shit. Yeah. So anyhow, that car's got diseases. Let's see. Did you bring the monitor home? I did not. Yep, I didn't. Yeah, it kind of got a little on the damaged side. I didn't know it was back there. It was in the trunk. But when I grabbed the car, I pinched the back. So right behind the trunk lid, there's that, it was like a sub-body, subframe type of car, The, right behind the deck lid, there's a, some metal there. That's what pinched down into it. It busted it up a little bit, but it was still brand new, which was crazy. I didn't release the vacuum, no. They just busted the plastic up. You break the glass, neck of those things, they're ruined and unrepairable. Yeah, it was just the plastic that got broke. It didn't bust the glass. But it was cool though. It was brand spanking new inside of it. But yep. Well, I did save you some cool tags though. It was a 90s. It was a Tennessee stamped with like 373 or something like that, or 337. It was something like that. See, I bet the baler busted the glass. Oh, it busted it for sure. Yeah. And there was another tag. Oh, and I got you a California tag too. That was a California tag. But yeah. Some interesting little tag finds there. But other than that, though, all the other cars have been kind of just mundane and normal. The usual bullshit. California lipstick tag. I don't know what that means. Anyhow, I don't know what that looks like. Maybe. I'm looking to get you more people, and I know people that you can deal with. People you would like to talk to. Really? Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. We're slowly growing. Now this part right here, again, I got like 4 viewers. That's fine. This stuff here doesn't really go nowhere, But when it comes to the crushing, that's when you see all the numbers. Because in a normal live stream, when I'm crushing cars, or when I'm, processing cars and whatnot, which Steen will tell you, we'll have, by the time the stream's over with, it'll be 100,000 to 200,000. I think the most I've done in a stream was 300 and, I want to say 40-ish thousand, maybe 50-ish thousand people that watched. The most I've had in a stream at one time was closer to 3,500, was it? That's only happened once though. Normally though, I hover around, when I'm of course obviously on the cool shit, I hover around 600 to 400, sometimes 200. We'll have a day where it's like around 200 people watching, but then sometimes it just shoots up. It's just weird how the algorithm puts you out there. It's weird. Then it'll shoot up to like 1,000, 1,500 people watching. Then it'll shoot back down to like 800 and hover there. I don't know, just weird. But yeah. Let's see. I missed a few. Let's see. Most of the modern California tags have California in red handwriting. Looks like someone drew it on there with lipstick. I think it did have red writing on it then. What's the most common newer model vehicle you get? Dude, really? The majority of them, dude. I'm talking Nissans. They're throwaway cars. You get Nissan. You get pretty much everything, though. All this new shit, man, it does not last long. And they cost so much to repair, it makes better sense. Which, again, this is by design. it makes better sense to junk the car so you go out and buy a new one. Which, what people are starting to do is catch on and say, look, fuck all this new junk garbage shit. I'm going out and buying me an older car I can work on. Anyhow, 500 or so, yeah. And, wow, let's see. The end. It's good content. Yeah, it is. Yeah, talk to him as well. Kia's a big throwaway car, yep. I like how their roof's ripped, though, man. So, if you ever seen me, I know the way of the Samurai sometimes. Sometimes it don't work out, but you'll see me when I swing, and they've never seen that up there at the place I'm at. I could rip the roof off, open it up, and stuff all the stuff in there. And oh, by the way, less mess. By the way, so when after all these cars I've done, way less mess. I took just a bale, I scraped it off in a small pile, and it took like 3 or 4 cars, and the mess was gone. Explain that, Frenzio. Come on, man. Anyhow. So is there any manufacturers still making decent products? Kind of rare. Everybody makes it to fail. They plan for it to fail. So further, how do you feel about destroying classic vehicles? Sucks. It does. I have a soft spot. You realize that if I ever get my hands on your controls, I'm making a mess of those cars. I'll clean it up, but I intend to make a mess. Yes, sir. Yeah, dude. I saved a 46 Chevy. I could not crush it, dude. Could not. The cab was still there. The engine was still there. The front fenders, hood, grill, everything was there. It didn't have a bed. The back half of the frame was rusted in too. But actually, the rest of it still had the running boards and everything, and I saved it. I paid more than what it was ever worth. But, I paid like $500 for that thing. Which it really wasn't even worth that, man. It wasn't. I ended up making some money off of it, though. I mean, pretty much covered the trip of me going up there and getting it. I literally broke even with it, but yeah. I think I made like $800 off of it, which pretty much covers the fuel and the time and all that it took me to run up there and get it, bring it back. But anyhow, but it's saved. That's the best part. It's saved from the crusher. I did crush a 57 Bel Air, but hear me out. I saved the gold louvers that were on it, but everything else on this car had been stripped. They got everything that was good. The only thing that was left on this car was anything that was super rusted, gone. Just there was nothing left to save off this car, so I didn't feel as bad. It still sucked crushing a 57 Bel Air, but there really was nothing left. There was no trim. They got everything. So at least it was parted out to the max. So the only thing somebody didn't get, which shocked the shit out of me, was the original gold louvers. So I got those off. And that was it. Everything else was, done. Let's see. I still want to save a car. I think you want a Bell too, don't you? There was one, the Buick Park Avenue that looks spotless. Yeah, man. Oh, and I got to crush another, it was a Mercedes, like a 90s model. That was pretty clean. Let's see, all heroes don't wear capes. That's right. I don't know what was wrong with it. So you save I try to save the classics if I can. It just depends on money, because again, I can't afford them all. I was watching some of your older videos. Do you have any shows any of the shows your storm shelter completed? Mercedes charges $14,000 for that crate engine. Oh shit! Now we got to widen that hole out a little bit more, and like I said, money's kind of stopping that right now. So I'm a broke bastard. We got when we started on the container and all that, dude. We're trying. We got irons and we got too many irons in the fire, to be honest. When we started that container, that kind of drained us out, So the container's coming along nicely, though. I got all the insulation for the walls. I got the floor in. I got the. I still hadn't done the ceiling yet. I still got to do the insulation there. I got the window in, which I had the window free. That was actually something that I forgot I had. I had it, and I was like, holy shit. It was a brand new window, too, But it was given to me. But the door I had to go out and buy. That hurt. And I got all that in, and now it's just, I got the walls on, Got the floor in. Just got to do the ceiling. Just finish up some things. And then, of course, I could run all my... I'm going to do external of the walls conduit. You know, I'm going to brush it like bronze, you know, so it looks... It gives it that industrial look, you know. That's the goal I'm going for. This is how I did the tiny house, which I didn't do the tiny house like that. The tiny house was more of a modern... From the outside, it looks like a... This looks like a classic, you know, back in the woods type cabin, and then as soon as you walk inside, it's like, holy shit, it's modern. You know, it's all neutral colors, you know, LED lighting, you know, super efficient. Well, with the container, it's gonna be when you go inside, because you got to keep neutral colors when you go into a smaller space. The brighter it is, the more open it's going to feel. Because if you do like dark wood colors, I see people fuck up with that all the time. That's when it feels cramped and small. When you do lighter, more reflective colors, it like neutral and white and all that, you know, it really opens it up. But anyhow, let's see. But it'll get finished as soon as I get the money. Crushed and let's see, $500. That was beautiful. Oh shit. But it had a blown head gasket. Mercedes, $500 to fix. Oh shit. Seriously, love your job. Yes, sir. I know. I'd be like a fat kid in a candy store. Yeah, dude. Oh, I love my job. It's not all peaches and cream. Let me just put it that way. It's got its drawbacks. You know, I don't make what everybody thinks I make. Oh yeah, it'll be cool when I'm done with it, dude. It's just the container right now is taking priority over the storm shelter, and then whenever the storms start happening again, which they have been, that's when the storm shelter starts being like, hey, you know what? You need to get that thing on in the ground, anyhow. Because we do be getting some tornadoes up here. So, yeah. Yeah. And the way I got the storm shelter placed, I'm going to put some bulletproof Lexan, you know, or some just thick Lexan bulletproof. But I'm going to put some of that so I can actually see what's coming at me, you know. So maybe we'll be able to record a tornado. Who knows? I'm going to have the door opens to where it opens inwards, you know, so I ain't got to worry about having to push it open. Just in case of, even though there's no trees right there or around it, you don't know what's going to hit it. So, anyhow, that's the plan on that. But as far as the container goes, that's kind of the main thing. Because yeah, do not deny smashing people's vehicles. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. The pay is the main reason I'm not doing it for a living. Yeah, dude. Heavy equipment operators get screwed over. Most I can find to make around here is logging. Yeah. Let's see. Same thing with the demolition work I did in New Jersey. It was a lot of fun, but the paycheck wasn't all that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Don't deny smash people's cars. Vehicles. That's hilarious. Tornadoes the past few years have been crazy. Yes, they have. We got a close call. That shit was heading right towards our house and then cut north and went and actually destroyed Kentucky, dude. It cut across like the northern tip of Tennessee, destroyed Reelfoot and all that, and then went through and destroyed Kentucky. I didn't know how bad it was until I went up to Kentucky. We had to go up there and run a load up that way. And I went through there when it was dark. It was on my way back when the sun was up that I found out just how bad the destruction was. Like, would be pretty good. You can do okay with truck driving too, but gotta live on the road. Yeah, dude. Yeah. They really ruined you over the road with ditch. Yes, they did. Yep. Holy, it's the face behind the custom convertibles. What's up, Ben? Ain't much to look at. Let's see. E-logs are annoying, but you can make money without driving 20 hours a day. You gotta get the right freight. Yeah, now it's down to finding the right freight. But yeah, the pay ain't all that great, dude. And especially having to drive back and forth to Memphis, because I'm spending $20 in gas every day just to keep the car topped off so I can run back home. You know, so $20 a day, 6 days a week. It's just Yeah. You know, and considering that's the only raise we get is to do all this extra headache shit where we're working all these hours and shit. Yeah, no. He basically, you get your same little old check, but he pays for the gas, in a way. That's it. So, yeah. They'll pay big bucks for that now. Machinery oversized, that type of thing. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Yeah. It's a scam nowadays. Hell, now you make more money being a middleman and not even having to touch the shit, you know, than you do actually running the shit. You know, it's almost damn right. It's almost criminal that the brokers make way the fuck more money than the truck driver, the one that actually hauls the shit and deals with the shit. You know, yeah, it's almost criminal. You know, hey, 327 views. I had one of those engines. I still got one down in the... Well, it's not in the container no more. It's in the shop now, so... Let's see. That was always the case. That's the founding principle of Wall Street, yep. Yep, dude. I'm telling you. Them glory days of truck driving, they are long gone. Ain't nothing glorious about it now. Now that you, as the truck driver, you are the one getting fucked every which way you go. The brokers, they're getting you. The troopers, they're getting you. Of course, the weigh stations, they're really getting you. I had my run-in with a corrupt-ass weigh station right up there coming out of St. Louis going into Illinois. There's one little shitty-ass station, weigh station, right there as you get into Illinois. Run down, broke down, piece of shit. They got me for $600. And I shit you not, I crossed some of the fanciest fucking... I crossed 5 states with the weigh stations. Went on the weigh stations. Even the ones with the digital readouts on the scales, you know, they were all perfect. You know, like I said, I weighed myself... Now, I didn't weigh myself on a CAT scale, so that's where it was null and void. I couldn't do nothing about that. I had the ticket from the farmer scale. It was a brand spanking new per axle scale, which is, like, amazing. You know, that's, like, the best scale you can come across because you can really adjust your weight, right? I picked up a bunch of seed, and I had my weight right. Like I said, I crossed 5 state scales. Not a single one pulled me in, and when I pulled on the ones that had the digital readouts for each axle, I was right. I was perfect. You know, everything was good. I pull across the. Let me give you some backstory. The scale was empty as we was approaching it. The light came on right as we're approaching it. We all pull in. Like I said, it was about a line of us. You know, that we was going in there. About 8 or 9 trucks. We filled up the fucking parking lot in the back. Okay, we're all walking in to find out what the hell happened. There's a line of us. And this is how you know it's a fucking scam, dude. He tells me I'm 2,000 pounds over on my rear axle. And I know for a fact I'm not. He told me to slide my axles back further. And I knew this is wrong. I knew when I left that scale, I was overweight. I was completely off now. And I said, there's no way. Good luck arguing with the state. I get a $600 ticket over that. And the reason I knew he was bullshitting, there was a FedEx single axle truck with a single axle pup trailer. LTL freight now. These guys haul less than truckload freight. It's light shit, you know. He said this man was 83,000 pounds. He said he was over the maximum weight. Now I know this guy is reaching. And even the FedEx guy said this truck weighs nothing. He says, this is not 83,000 pounds. There's no fucking way. You know, he says, it don't even, like, I'm pulling this thing. It's light as hell. I'm getting up and going. He says, this guy's scale is off. But good luck fighting the state. You versus the state of Illinois, it's going nowhere. So, and then this is some bullshit. And I'll tell you exactly who these motherfuckers are. Because this was some low down shit they pulled on me. And this is right around the time I fucking left them. You know, it was a little bit after this that I left them. Max fucking Trans. I'll throw their asses out there in a heartbeat. These people, man, they charged me fucking interest. So they asked me, they said, hey, do you want to split that up? You know, I mean, we feel bad you got the ticket and this and that. You know, the whole nine, to give you the whole spiel, right? So they said, we can split it up. We can just, we'll pay $300 now, and then we'll pay $300 the next week out of your check. You know, that way you're not just taking a full lick out of your check, right? Well, I said, well, that's nice. These motherfuckers charged me interest on that. They got $30 off me. Now, again, $30 out of the $600 fucking dollars I had to pay for this shit. They got $30 off of me on top of that. You fucking... I mean, damn, kick a motherfucker in the nuts while he's down on the ground. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, I'll call their asses out in a fucking heartbeat. That was some horse shit. Wasn't your problem. It's not like you got the fucking bill for it. I mean, hell, I was hauling your shit, you know? And I'm the one that got fucked up for it. And I swear, to this day, that was a scam, every bit of it. I knew for a fact that single axle FedEx truck with that single axle pup trailer that he was hauling was not 83,000 pounds. That's what he told me, and I said, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. We were all getting up in arms about it, and rightfully so. He said I was 2,000 pounds over on the rear. I know for a fact I was, and when I showed him that scale ticket from the farmer, he said, well, is that a cat scale ticket? I said, no. He says, well, it don't work. He says, that's not going to work. And I told him, I said, I passed 5 state scales. I even went on a real nice one with the digital readout, and I was right. You know, the weight was right. And they let me through. So there's something wrong with your scale. Didn't matter. Wrote me a fucking $600 ticket and sent me on my way. And I knew for a fact when I left that place, I was 2,000 pounds over. You know how I knew? Because when I pulled down the road, I slid my axles back to the same slot they were in to begin with. Because I knew his scale was fucking wrong. And I knew if I was to hit another scale, I'd be wrong. I'd be, rode up. Go figure. When I made it to where I was going, I passed a couple more scales. Guess who didn't get pulled in? Because I guarantee you I would have been pulled in had I not. Which probably would have been a good thing, because if I got pulled in, I would say, well, he just wrote me a ticket, told me to slide my axles to where they are now. That probably would have null and voided it. I don't know. Probably not, though. Oh, well. I had to pay the ticket, yeah. Yeah, the truck driver would be responsible. Yep. Passive, yeah, dude. It's nothing but a system that leeches off of you. Let's see, that one in Tennessee held me up for 2 hours because they didn't believe my Peterbilt was a private vehicle. Had to get a supervisor out of the weigh station. That's pretty dirty. Yep. It's 10% of weekly interest, 520% compounding. Highway robbery, yeah, it is. Let's see. So you had to pay... Yeah, I had to pay the ticket. Couldn't sue the state, but of course you need money for that. Exactly, dude. It's like, what the fuck you gonna do? Who are you? Pleb. Get back in your lane, peasant. Let's see, one thing strongly believe in: never pay taxes on taxes you've already paid on. Yeah, exactly. That's like toll roads. I don't understand that. The taxes built the fucking road, and yet now they're making you pay to quote unquote maintain it, even though they literally get taxes to maintain it. Shit like that, government for you. So you never go shopping, because when you do, you pay sales tax on money you already paid income on. So yeah, there are companies like Driver's Legal Plan to help with that, but again, you gotta, yeah, exactly, dude, exactly. It just, I don't know. It's a scam, dude. You gotta almost stoop to their fucking level to scam other people out of this shit, and I can't bring myself to do that. That's not who I am. Adjust this monitor. No, dude, trucking, used to you made money with trucking. You don't make it no more. There's so many things out there that prevent that. Let's see. So I like these truck shows. I'll let the government steal. I'll let the government steal from me, but one day I'm repossessing the equipment from them till they repay the debt. Yep. Antique trucks from when they were made out of metal, and yeah, exactly, dude. Go pay those taxes. Oh man, dude, I'm telling you. We just got our taxes in for the house already. Yep. Got until March to pay it. And I have to thank the property assessor for pulling up in my driveway, not actually pulling all the way up into my driveway. He didn't even get out and look around the house. He didn't ask me about how much the house cost or what kind of awesome deal I got for it. No, dude. He looked at the house, said, "Yep, that looks to be about $300,000." Fuck you. Fucking taxes jumped way the fuck up to the roof on my house now. So that's nice. Thanks, guy. Lazy fucker. My taxes on the house hit $7,700. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, dispute it, yeah. Yeah, you seen my town, Steen. I'm a nobody. You gotta be high polluting around here to get anything done. They don't give two shits about us plebs. I've already tried. Most counties have an informal dispute process, which always goes outside your favor. If they're going to get more money out of you, they're going to get more money out of you. And that's another thing. Don't go. You see, it's a trade-off here. And if you're from a small town, you know this. All right. If you start getting on their bad side, they will start making your life a living hell here until you move out. They will. Welcome to small town politics. Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Yeah, dude. They and like I said, it's so easy to catch a felony, and you got to remember there's another problem. This is a big problem, and this is something I don't really agree with too much. Private prisons. So they do get state funding, right? If they keep a certain capacity. These bloodthirsty ass prosecutors around these parts will lock you up for anything. It's so easy to fucking catch a felony, and then they'll keep you in there. They'll keep you in those prisons as long as they can, because that prison gets funding from the government, but it's a private prison. So they will do what they can to keep your ass in it, so they can keep that personnel amount up to a certain point, so that they can get those grants. Fucked up system, ain't it? Welcome to a small town. See, yeah, they will. You got to be nice about it. Yep, it doesn't always work. Our district attorney borrows the wildlife game warden's boat, takes it to cookouts on the lake. Yeah, ain't that some shit? Let's see, but I got a hit with that the first year in this house. I got my taxes reduced that year, not by that much, but they lowered my tax bill about $500. Oh, it still sucks though, man. And it wasn't adversarial. It was more like going to the DMV. You can also pay your way out of charges in a small town too. Yeah, if you got the money, you can rule a small town. Oh yeah, because there's some people around here that's got some real big money. They ain't got to worry about it either. And there's like this one dude. I'll just call him by his first name, Joey. This dude is a low life, and this is how well known this dude is. He has robbed everybody. And I thought this last time, and this is how well his connections are. He's a low-life druggie, lives out in the streets. But for some reason, dude, he's got family that always bails his ass out. And they got such high connections. And it's like, they've tried all the rehab shit. Just he's not going to fix himself until he fixes himself, right? But this dude is so fucking dumb, dude. Anyhow, I thought this last time, when he stole a dude's car out of a gas station, led a high-speed, state troopers involved. State troopers now. You would think state troopers, okay, he's fucked. Up a river without a paddle. Got caught in another county. They finally got his ass in well, hell, I can't say that. But anyhow, they got his ass, and I thought, okay, he's gone away for good. He led a high-speed chase, damaged a whole bunch of shit, crashed the vehicle, the whole nine, right? 3 months this dude was back out on the street, stealing from people again. How do I know? Because he almost stole our four-wheeler. Yeah. Beyond me, dude. Yeah. It's going to take somebody, and I mean, hate to put it this way, but you ain't going to stop it till you put them down. Yeah. So he's going to break into the wrong one day, and they going to be ready. Hey, he's going to be ready. He's going to be fucked up. So we're just waiting for that. I love your stories. I appreciate that, T-Man. Yeah, private prisons are such a crock of shit. Yeah, they are. You can also pay your way out of charges. Yep. Yeah, and I know about all these private prisons. I used to work at one. And let me tell you something. The amount of people who are locked up in there for simple shit, and you can look the records up. Like, it's not like you can't look their shit up, you know. They do have in the middle of each unit there's a computer system that actually has everybody that's in that unit. You got all the information right there on that computer. And I'm gonna tell you, dude, going through there now, you got some shit bags. You know, you got some bad fucking people in there, but there are actually a lot of fucking people who, like, this is some dumb shit that they're locked up in fucking prison for, you know? Like, literally, this is some dumb shit. Like, a high amount of time for just dumb shit, you know? People make mistakes, you know? Why are you still in here? And then they wonder why people are so fucked up when they come out of prison. Yeah, I think all that shit needs to be changed. Again, these bloodthirsty ass prosecutors is where it really needs to start. To them, it's nothing. To the people that are locking up, it's every fucking thing. And most people, they wouldn't really think about it until they're in it. Let's see. Couldn't work in a prison. Yeah, it was rough. I mean, it was a super max when I was there, which is what made it really weird that there were people in there locked up for all this time for dumb shit, you know. Like, there are some bad people in there, though. Don't get it wrong. There are some bad fucking people in there. Let's see. The U.S. incarcerates a large percentage of our population than any other country. Yeah, it's a business. That's what I'm talking about. It's a business, and the business is people. You know, more than China, more than North Korea. I have a buddy that led 4 sheriffs on a high-speed chase after pulling a gun on his ex. Holy shit. Hit a concrete barrier going 110, flew out the window and survived. Didn't even serve jail time. Holy shit. I can't say anything without making myself look bad. I just hate these people that go into the prisons in the first place. Yeah. There's actually, and again, unless you work inside and you actually see the charges and whatnot, there's some people in there for, I mean, it's so stupid, man. Like, okay, you know. Hey. Yeah, I'm live streaming. You okay?
Yeah, I was just gonna go to the car.
Oh, yeah. You're good. It's on the back of the car. You're good.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Hey, you getting water out?
No. We got no more water.
I thought I just bought 2 things of water. They gone already?
You got 2?
Yeah, they're back there.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you only got 1.
No, I got 2.
Well, that one's getting low.
Okay.
But no, I was gonna clean it out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I love you. The camera's on top. You're good.
Okay.
Hey, Steven said hi.
Hi.
Let's see. Yeah, parking tickets. And you know what the craziest thing I see people locked up for? I mean, and literally the craziest thing? Fucking child support. You know? They can get and I'm going to say this. You want to know the difference between a man and a woman? The law system. At least here in Tennessee, my mother, we survived just fine without her. You know? Our whole life, she never paid child support. Like, I'm talking, this woman was 40-something, almost 50 grand behind in child support. And they locked her up when we were grown-ass adults. No shit, dude. They locked my mother up. And talk about fucking awkward. I had to run her home. Thanks, Dad. You volunteered my ass. Didn't want that. But they kept dragging all of us to court, dude. And we kept begging them to stop. We don't need it. We're good. You know, we've got lives of our own, you know. Stop dragging us in here, you know, over this child support shit, you know. And it was the state that was doing it, you know. And finally, after all these years, because they actually locked her up this time. They actually went and picked her up. She was almost 50 grand behind. There are people in prison right now who were only 500 behind. And mind you, some of this child support's fucking high, you know. They were only $500 behind as a man, and they got fucking locked up like that. My mother was almost 50 grand, and they locked her up when I was grown. And she hasn't paid child support since I was 2. Anyhow, fucked up system. Yep. I don't think I'd hang around someone like that. Let's see, they lock someone up for, let's see, he doesn't, yeah, let's see, so your wife say, hey, little wife, oh, yeah, yeah. Well, she's already left. Sorry, buddy. So I just remember when I was younger, my brother in a couple of petty charges like public intox. Dad and a lawyer asked the prosecutor how much to make them disappear, and they did. Oh, shit. So every once in a while, I guess. Same here in Florida. Man pay, women don't have to. Women get custody, men don't. Yeah, dude, that shit happens. Hey, that is a real fucking thing, dude. Again, I'm not bullshitting you. My mother, it was in the 40, it was almost 50 grand. It was like 46, I want to say, $47,000 behind in child support. Yeah. Yeah. And they arrested her. I was 20. I want to say I was 20 at the time. And they drug us to court. And mind you, my mother's fucking crazy. And you want me to tell you how fucking crazy she is? Now, I hadn't seen this woman in like 11, 12 years was the last time I saw her. And this was me seeing her again in a jumpsuit. They had her in, and she's crazy now. Y'all about to find out. She did the shit in front of the judge. They had her in leg chains, waist chains, the fucking, obviously the handcuffs, and they were all chained together. She was having to walk in there kind of weird, right? Let me tell you, when they said that, okay, well, we're going to get you uncuffed and everything, she was free to go because after they finally dropped it, we begged them to drop this shit, dude. And they finally dropped it. And, of course, my father being, and he might tune in later and see this. I love you, Dad. But why? Why did you just happily volunteer your son who hadn't seen his mother in about 12 years to run her ass back to Jackson? Just set it on the lift. But yeah, I had to go on a hour and a half long drive with somebody I hadn't seen in 12 years who just did this shit I'm about to tell you in front of God and everybody. In this courtroom, my mother, after she says so, she looked at the judge and says, so I'm free to go. She said, yeah, we'll get you out whenever, you get back to, the bailiff. She slipped those freaking cuffs off like they weren't shit. She's pulled the chain down and then took off her they give you little Crocs or like little slippers or some shit, and slipped those cuffs off her fucking ankles in 2 seconds and set it right on the podium in front of judge, us, God, everybody. And we were all just sitting there, jaws dropped. She got out them cuffs like they weren't shit. Like, I'm talking like they were just a wristband. Just slip that shit off. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, anyhow. Yeah. I was freaking out like, dude, and you got me to... Anyhow. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. 100% confirmed that happened. My sister was there, I was there, my father was there, the judge obviously was there, the courtroom was all obviously there, everybody saw that shit, and we were, even the bailiff was just standing, he didn't even come running out to get her, he was like, the fuck, what am I gonna do? She just slipped that shit off like it wasn't nothing. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, but she's like literally a nutcase, like, and let me tell you about how her and my father met. By the way, my father's got great choice in women. She was walking down the road covered in blood. And we still don't know why. There's no backstory to that. She was covered in blood walking down the road, and he thought she was hurt. And it all started from there. She stabbed a lady before, too. This was after they got together. But it was kind of understandable. I mean, lady did have it coming. But yeah, anyhow. Yeah. They were, lady come up, they started, bickering, and the next thing you know, it turned into a full-on fight, and the lady had a box cutter, and she defended herself. She fucking stabbed her. So, yeah, it all came out in the end, she was okay. But, yeah, she's a fucking nutcase. So, yeah. Hey. So, yeah, women could do whatever they want to a man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, interesting backstory. My father did all he could though, man. He raised us. He raised me and my sister by himself. So he had a little bit of help early on. You know, he didn't necessarily remarry, but he got with a couple of women. But one was like one we stuck around with all this time. But he couldn't get back into a relationship, so he just stayed, you know, single. But yeah, he raised us, me and my sister. So did a hell of a job. Listen, let's see, any open missing? I swear, dude. I swear, man, she was covered in blood, and come to find out, it wasn't her own, so there's no fucking telling. And that's all I got on it, so if there's any investigators, that's all. He picked her up, she was walking down just main highway, just covered in blood. Boy, you look attractive. That's my kind of woman. Anyhow. Yeah. That would be interesting. I need to find out what road that was on, too. It was the main highway, he said. But maybe that'll help somebody out, right? I have a trivia question for you. Who was originally casted to play Marty McFly back in Back to the Future? Dude, I'm going to tell you right now. Let me just give you a backstory. My ass is bad with names. Like bands, I'll know their music to a T. I'll sing along. I'll completely sing out the music. To name the band, to name their names and all that, I'm the world's worst at remembering names. I am. I know. I've seen Back to the Future. I love the movie, man. I love it. But I don't know their names. Now, I do know Marty McFly. I do know Doc, you know, and all that. But as far as their actors' names, sorry. Yep. Yeah, I'm not much on remembering names, so. But yeah, my mother do be crazy. It was obviously a good guy stopping to help a woman. He thought it was yeah. But then when he found out the blood wasn't her own, that would be it right there, buddy. I would be like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna let you out right here. You have a nice night. Hope things work out for you well. Fuck. Anyhow, bro, put me on live. Let's talk on like stream. See, I don't know how to do that though. Let's see. Don't remember Doc's name. No, man. Christopher Lloyd. Had to Google it. Yeah. Michael J. Fox. Now, I do remember this. Marty McFly, the guy who plays this character, he got cerebral palsy, I want to say. I think that was it. Now, he's pretty fucked up, man. It really sucks, man. It really does. But, yeah. Let's see. I don't know how to do that. So that's the one thing I ain't figured out. Because I'd like to get Stian on here. I'd like to get, you know... we can try to figure this out now. Hold up. Let's see. I know there was something about merging a live, but you would have to be live, and I think Stian would have to go live for it to work. I don't know. Parkinson's. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, it's really... yeah. It really fucked him up. I do remember that. I do remember he did get fucked up with that. Bring your guest on stream live. Let's see. Let me see here. Not seeing that. Oops. Let's go up. Appreciated. I'm not seeing it. It's when you start the stream. I got you. Let's see. I can edit though. 1 second. Let me open this on up. Because I do like doing this on the computer because you can edit midstream. Let Let me just see if it'll allow that. Streaming software. Restrictions, visibility, people blogs, yada yada yada. Playlist, audience. Let's see, altered content, no. I mean, this is all AI. This is a fake guy. You're not even talking to a real dude. I'm AI. So I ought to check that, yes. I'm messing with you. Let's see, automatic chapters, whatever the hell. Tags, language, license, comments and ratings. No, nothing there. Let me see, customization. Slow mode, redirect, anyone, live chat, okay, monetization, that has nothing to do with that, cancel, yeah, I don't know, dude, yeah, I'd have to start a new one, I think. I know you can do it on the phone. I've seen it on the phone. I just don't see it here. I don't know. See, I know on here they got, let's see, where is it at? What is it? It's Teams. There was like a meet thing though. Wait, is that Microsoft? Why is I thought I got rid of Microsoft. This is supposed to be Google. What the fuck? Oh, I bet it's when I did the Windows 11 update, it brought it back. Yep. I have to start a new stream. We'll figure this out, 1 second. Menu. Stream. Access from the managed list. Existing stream. Oh, sorry. Cancel. Manage. Well, not in the stream if it is. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to lose the view, but I'm fixing to try to see if I can go in here and deer something. Let's see. Excellent schedule, blah, 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 blah. Nothing in there. Okay, let's go back to the stream. Okay, we're back here. Uh-oh. Okay, there's the chat again. Okay. See, participants. I wonder if that's it. No, that's not it. Engage with your audience. Oh shit. I was looking at something wrong. That's my bad. Make quest? Start a new live stream and make a request. I got you. Okay, let's try that. We got to figure this out. You ready, Stan? Here, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's do some live research. Just make sure. Let me double check. No, 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 not multiple platforms. I mean, I want to, let's see, or how to, let's see. See, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so you would have to. So we got this. Yeah, I don't care about today's weather. Hold up, it's clear. That's all that matters. Let's see. So we would have to. Where is it at? There's a thing on here I saw before Windows 10 got gone. And it was like a meet thing. Like you could, you know, like video chat somebody. But I don't see it no more, so they probably nerfed that. Anyhow, it's like Skype or something. Let's see, I'll be back. Anyhow, yeah, so we'd have to like Skype or something like that, or like almost like Messenger or something like that, you know. I'd have to create a Messenger account though for Think, you know, before you sheep or something. I don't know. Anyhow, I'd like to try this thing on here, but that would only work, I believe, between Windows, between PC and PC. So that would probably not work out too well because everybody else is on the phone. I don't know. So I'll have to find something, which I want to say Messenger will probably be the best thing because everybody's got a Messenger pretty much. So I'll just got to figure out how I can make it work on here. And if I can make it work on here, then we can all live stream. I can add y'all into that Messenger, and what I'll do is that Messenger. So you see my mouse over here in the middle of your view now. So I could add it in here, and then we could all see each other. And of course, you're looking at me on here. Now, there might be some latency doing that. I don't know. My connection's really good, but it just depends on y'all's connection, I guess. Trying to make my own computer. My own on the computer. I don't know how to merge streams either, but I do have YouTube. Yes, yes. Close the video and restart it, and customize video you're going to talk on. Customize the video that, okay. Okay, so me and Stan, we got each other's number. We'll try to figure this out. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. It's not like we got a shit ton of viewers, so we're gonna end the stream and we're gonna try to figure this out. It would be nice to get this like so we know what we're doing. So, no, I appreciate that, T-Man. So let me. I'm coming right back. So it might be like a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. In stream.